Oh boy, it's here. The first proper trailer for the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen is here, and it's a really interesting one. So as some of you may know, there has been a lot of speculation regarding the quality of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. For those of you who don't know, a lot of the Jujutsu Kaisen staff overlaps with the Chainsaw Man staff, which led people to wonder how good this show would look because the schedule for the same had to be atrocious. The staff finished Season 1, immediately moved on to the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and then transferred over to the Chainsaw Man team. Chainsaw Man wrapped up a couple of months back, and Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 airs this summer for 2 uninterrupted cours. Naturally, they probably didn't have much time, so how good can this season possibly look? That's what a lot of people were asking. Well, thanks to the new trailer, we now have a better understanding of the same. Now before we get to the actual trailer, let's talk about the staff changes. And there are some major ones this time around. Of course, as many of you may know, the previous series director Sung-Woo Park has left both the project and the studio. He was a crucial part of this production, and he himself animated a ridiculous amount for this show. So with him gone, there was a lot of conversation as to who would replace him. The name Shota Goshozono was thrown around a lot, and the key visuals with the fisheye effects only added to those rumors. Well, we finally know for certain the new series director is indeed Shota Goshozono. Who is Shota Goshozono, you may ask? He is one of the most creative minds in the industry as of right now. His directorial works include episode 8 of Chainsaw Man, episode 8 and 17 of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, and episode 7 and 21 of Ranking of Kings. And yes, this is his debut as a series director. There are more changes in the staff list. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero art director Junichi Higashi is now the art director for the second season, and there seems to be a couple of changes in the CGI department as well. Alright, let's get to the actual trailer, which opens up with some really good looking and aesthetically pleasing backgrounds. You may notice that the character designs look a lot simpler compared to the first season. A lot of the detail in their outfits are removed, and their faces are drawn in a more simplistic manner, with barely any extra line work. These changes of course makes the characters easier to draw, meaning more of them can be drawn, meaning there will be more movement and animation. The cuts of animation shown in this trailer are always moving, and so is the hypothetical camera. Of course, the camera movements are a given considering the fact that Goshozono is the new director. Gojo's head movement here and the camera movement accompanying it makes this otherwise simple cut look really interesting. Geto's walk cycle here looks incredible as well, and there are a lot of frames assigned to this simple movement. The shadow sliding up his face is really well done. Also, remember what I said about the character designs being a lot simpler this time around. This is more or less a close-up of his face, and there's barely any extra line work present, and I don't think that's bad. In fact, it looks very aesthetically pleasing. Of course, it wouldn't look as good if everything around the characters don't complement that look, but they do, and so it works. Again, lots of movement in simple scenes can be seen, which is something I personally love. You can also see the classic fisheye effect here. Goshozono loves doing that. We then get multiple cuts of action, starting with this Geto scene. Also lovely smears on his hand. While yes, the characters look a lot simpler, the curses are still quite detailed. Love the thick line work on the curse right here. The look and aesthetic of the curses is the same as season 1, as it should be. Don't fix what isn't broken. However, lots of motion blur can be seen. I hope they calm down a bit with the blurring. More of those signature fisheye effects on the background here. Also, this is an amazing perspective shot with top tier foreshortening. The shards of glass flying looks really good. This cut is insanely good. It starts off as this hard Dutch angle shot, zooms out and rotates to the side, while being in sync with Gojo's hand movement. Also, the debris flying around makes this shot particularly impressive. We then get what is probably the best looking cut in the entire trailer. Toji, I won't reveal his last name, gets this insane action sequence. Right off the bat, you can see some really good looking background animation and a fisheye effect on the background, because of course. Toji's movement and the timing of the same is extremely snappy and energetic, with really strong smears. It's also a dynamic cut, with Toji occupying a small part of the screen in one frame and most of the screen in the next. He literally leaves the frame at one point and then re-enters the frame and swings his weapon at the hypothetical camera. Now, most cuts would end here, and this one may have as well, it's hard to tell, but it does look like the cut continues, and the camera continues to move, panning upwards and then back down through a lot of really good looking debris. The camera then moves through Gojo's fingers with Toji in between them. It's such a complex cut, or a couple of cuts, and you can expect more of these from this season. Also, this is a good place to talk about the digital elements. The digital effects look a lot better than season 1. These digital effects and filters were a major issue with the first season, but this time around, they look a lot more subdued and fit in a lot better. Also, more of that classic classic Goshizono fisheye effect. The rest of the trailer is mostly static shots with some character movement here and there. The overall compositing looks clean minus some motion blur abuse, but I don't think that a 1 minute long trailer can give us a proper look at the level of compositing, so I'll wait for the actual episodes. But overall, this trailer looked really good. If this is the level of quality throughout this season, this will look a lot better than season 1. Sang-woo Park leaving the team has to be a huge blow both to the production and the creative aspect. Park had this hard-hitting, gritty martial arts inspired style of action which cannot be replicated. You cannot out-action Sang-woo Park. Shota Goshizono will bring a completely new look to this series and he'll have to. But I'm not worried. Whenever Goshizono directs an episode, he does something unique. Every single time. Imagine what will happen when he directs an entire series. What kind of visual insanity will we witness? You can't help but be excited, right? This season will adapt two of the best arcs in the series. Although I don't think they can adapt all of Shibuya in a single core. To sum it up, this season will look insane and most importantly, different. That's about it. Jujutsu Kaisen is still months away, but this spring season is almost upon us. Check out my 23 show long watch list for the spring season by clicking the video on screen. Like and subscribe if you enjoy, and until next time.